Today we're going to practice using base 10 blocks. And base 10 blocks we are going to use this mat for. And this mat is special because it helps us with our place value, which we're going to learn a little bit about today, but we're going to learn about even more later on. So in this place value we have thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones. Now we know what a 10 is. That's when we have 10 of something. We're going to use that place value and the ones place value to help us with our counting today. The ones are these single cubes, and that's because there's just one of them. A 10 is this long stick, and it's called a 10, I'm going to show you here, because there are actually 10 ones in each long 10. So there I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remember when we were using our counting cubes that I told you I wanted you to keep them in groups of 10 and don't go past the 10 for right now, just because we would start a new one. And that's because I want you to get the idea of actually using base 10 blocks, which is what these are. Now you'll notice that that took me a pretty long time to pull over 10 ones, and that it was really quick for me to pull over just one 10. That's one of the benefits of using base 10 blocks, because it's a lot faster when we're counting bigger numbers. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to start trying to count some bigger numbers. Not too big, but we're going to see what we can do. And in a week or so, we're going to count even bigger numbers, and we're going to skip count using these tens blocks. So let's start off by getting rid of this 10 here. I'm going to use my eraser. And remember, if I just click on it using the eraser, it disappears. So here I have 10 ones. And when I have 10 ones, remember, I don't want to keep them as ones because it takes too long. I actually want to trade them for one 10. So I'm actually going to erase these 10 ones. Boop, boop. And I'm going to put a 10 in its place. Now, when we were using our 10 frame, it was pretty easy to keep counting past 10 because if the whole frame was filled up, we knew that we had 10. Same idea here. If I have one long 10, I can keep counting using my ones. So here I have 10. What's the next number? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And just like with our counting cubes and our color counters, I want to try to keep them in a straight line. That way I know that I'm only counting them one at a time, and it makes it much easier for me to stay on track. Do you remember what number I said that was? 1 10 and then 10 ones is a total of 20. So I now have 10 ones again. I'm actually going to make that a 1 10. I'm going to move that over, and I'm going to get rid of all of these ones. Now I'm going to count by tens. I have 10, 20. That's it. I have 20. Today, I want you to practice counting using the ones. And if you feel comfortable, I want you to practice using the tens also. Notice that I want to count my tens first because it's going to make counting everything a lot easier. So today we're going to change it up just a little bit because I know you're able to count by ones. I want you to not count when you first put everything out. So let's just put a couple cubes out here. not having an idea of how many there are, just putting some out there. And I want you to put some 10s out there too. Maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe even 3. It's up to you. We'll see if you can handle it. But notice that I want to keep them in a line because it makes it a lot easier to count. Now that you have them out there, I want you to try to count them. And the tip I have is to make sure that you count your 10s first. So I have 10, 20, 30. Now I'm going to count my 1s. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Okay, give it a shot. There's some practice for you to do. Do some practice and then do the page so I know what you are able to complete on your own.